Buenas noches a todos los que están en América Latina y el Caribe.
Good evening to all of you in Latin America and the Caribbean, and good morning to all of you in China. I welcome you to a new day of this Chinese language plus agricultural culture workshop. My name is Andrea Maya, and from the CLEC Foundation Regional Office for Latin America and the Caribbean, I give you the warmest welcome. I remind you that this seminar is being broadcast in 4 languages: Chinese, Spanish, English, and Portuguese. And you can select the channel at the bottom of your screen. You can also send us your comments in the questions and answers section. Today, we have an interesting day that will focus on Chinese animals. As usual, we welcome Professor Meng, who will speak to us about Chinese animals. It's a crowing dog barking. Welcome. Thank you. Thank you, all the friends. Today, we are here again. Today, we will talk about the topics about your home-raised animals. The title is Crowing Dog Barking. 鸡 is rooster. 犬 is dog. So today we will talk about in Chinese house the animals people raised. Yes, as we know, China has a long history for raising animals. In Chinese, for all the birds, animals, this words has so many words related with it. Chinese people often say how many the chicken, goose, dog in your house. And all of these calling have so many. For example, 马 house, 牛 ox, 羊 sheep. 犬 is a dog, 屎 is a pig. And this 6 poultry is the most in Chinese house. This name we call the 六畜. Chu, what is chu? I will explain later. So these 6 animals in agricultural society is the most poultry in Chinese house. Is a horse, 牛 ox, cow, buffalo, 羊 sheep, 鸡 rooster, or fowl, 犬 dog, 纸 is a pig. And these 6 animals in agriculture society, Chinese people raise the most species of the animals. Chinese people emphasize the adequate. So in China's society, in Chinese society, have the sacrifice ceremony for your ancestors and for the god. So when we do the sacrifice, the ceremony, we use the animals. And you can look at this picture. We do the sacrifice ceremony. They prepare the food for the ancestors. In the middle is an ox, is a cow. The 2 sides is a sheep and pig. This cow, sheep, dog, pig, these 3 animals included, we call this sacrifice ceremony food. We called is a big 3 animals. These 3 animals included they will spend much money about it. For today, it's not all the Chinese house have these three animals. So these three animals, if we prepared for the ancestors, we call the big three animals. And for some poor family, we don't have the cow, sheep, pig. How to do it? We can use another three animals:鸡, rooster, dogs, rabbit. We use these three animals to sacrifice. This we call the small three animals. With the development, more and more Chinese people don't plant and don't raise the animals. In Chinese Spring Festival, some Chinese family need to sacrifice the ancestors. And now most of the Chinese people live in the apartment. They don't have enough space to raise these animals. For modern China, most of the Chinese people use the roast fish and pig to sacrifice to memorize their ancestors. We know a plate chicken, a plate fish, and a plate pig to memorize their ancestors. In so modern Chinese, these three animals we call the new three animals for the sacrifice ceremony. If a family is very rich, they don't care about the money. Do you know who is the richest man in China? Do you know who is the most rich? Who is the richest person in China? I can say some people said it's the emperor is the richest. So in emperor, in emperor, the sacrifice ceremony, they prepared abundant the things. He will prepare the cow, pig, and sheep. If you don't have enough money, maybe you cannot prepare enough like this. At most, maybe you prepare one sheep and one pig. If you prepare the three animals, we have one specific words. It's called Tai Lao. If you only have sheep and pig, we call the Shao Lao. Tai Lao is for three animals. Shao Lao is for two animals. For normal family, if you can prepare two types, it's good. But for emperors, they can prepare these three animals. That's for royal family, they can prepare this. If for us, the normal person, the ordinary person, we don't have enough money for it. We can prepare for a plate of meat, it's okay. Why Chinese people use these three animals to regard it, call it Tai Lao? What's the meaning of Lao? You can see this word, these characters, the above is Mian. When we talk about forbidden city, I explained it. For example, the forbidden city, Gu Gong, Gong, these characters like this. This radical, it refers to the room. For example, your bedroom in Chinese characters, we call the qing. Bedroom, qing. Qing is the place for your sleep. If you are a student, if you if you don't live in your house and live in your dormitory, dormitory in Chinese we call the su. Su also have this character because su is another house. There are too many other characters. So under the house there is a cow. So whose house is this? So This word, this characters, it means the house for the ox, for the cow living. So a cow living is not as beautiful as the house that the people lived. So it's not as comfortable as the people lived. If for the cow's house just have the roof, no wall. For if in winter it's very cold, in summer it's very hot. When it's rainy, they have the windy, they can suffer it. They must suffer it. So if the house for cows live, it's not comfortable. So if the man make mistakes, you should be punished. They will put you in the cow's house, and when and let's feel the windy, the rain. So the house for cows living in the house use it to punish the man who make mistakes and who makes the penalty. And this in modern Chinese, this character it means prison. So actually, in modern Chinese, these characters it's not the house for cows living. Now it changes into the meaning of prison. This word in some idiom it's reserved the meaning for cow's house. For example, there is an idiom called 亡羊补牢. It's lao. It means the cow's house. House and sheep's house. So you can see the history that Chinese people to raise the animals, it's existed in all the characters I explained. So this has a long history, and the most animals that people raised is these 6 animals. So we don't raise the dinosaur, we don't raise the snake, crocodile, we don't raise it. Chinese people raised these 6 animals. These 6 animals. So what's the beginning of it? What time that Chinese people start to raise these animals? Now we can see the history that Chinese people to raise the animals. In China, there is one book that is noted the history. Long time ago, there is a leader of China. He led the Chinese people start to hunt and put the animals to raise it in house, and all these animals would grow up. So the earliest animal through the hunting to get the animals. So you can see the people go hunting, and what's the result that you get? You can see these characters. This is a tools for hunting. You can see the under part is the tools that hands catch, and the above part is the catch is the animal's head. And these characters in Chinese characters, we pronounce it is gan. This part, these things. In the later, Chinese people found that animals run very fast. And if it run very fast and you take this tools, you can catch it. So how to deal with it? Chinese people is very smart. They put a two stone above these skills and use the stone to hang it to throw it. And this time and he threw it this stone will crush the animals, and the animals will fall down, and you can run and catch it. So you can see with these two stones, the tool we call the dan. Dan is the Chinese people use it to hunt. It's advanced tools. This is very good. And in the right, we have another radical. It's changing into a very important characters. Is the zhan. Zhan, it means war. Zhan is the most important tools for hunting. And in the right, when we plus a ge, and it's the tools for war. It's 战争 is war. So you can see Chinese through the tools to express the job. So if you take these tools and you shout to stop, don't run, stop. Or you see the tiger, lion, they are very terrified, and most of people to shout to terrify it. And other people open the mouth to shout. They use the mouth. Mouth in Chinese is a kou, is this part. So you can say this word, it means animal, the beast. So the above is the tools, and the under is mouth. So plus the two radicals together and give another meaning. It means you open your mouth and take the tool and stoplessly, endless to feel terrified the animals. It expresses the mouth and the tools for the animal. So, our friends, you should emphasize not all the animals called show. Show is the animals that people to hunt. So Chinese for animals, for things, we name it is in the from the people's view, from people's angle to name it. So the animal that is a people to hunt, whatever is big or small, whatever is male or female, we call the show. The earliest Chinese to hunt is according to if you meet the big animals, it's a moma. It's bigger than the man. If maybe if you don't go hunt, you will attacked by this. In this part, if just for humans, it's very hard to catch the large animals. So people to find a good partner. What's the partner? This partner is a dog. Dog coming into the people's life has a long history. Chinese people found the dog is human beings' friends, and all of this dog live with the man. The earliest people just took the tools and shout to hunt the animals. In the later, we take the dogs. We take the dogs to hunt together. And in this character, you can see these characters in this. These characters, you can see this time the dog coming to the Chinese people's life. Chinese people for hunting, not only to take not only to take the tools, but also they have the partner. And this time, the dog is become a very important partner. And the dog, the partner dog, we call it a hound. And this hound is for hunting. The most important is this. This character, it means the dog that helps human beings for hunting. Let's look at the second. Second is a mang. Mang, it means it's long and tall grass. Why is there a dog in the grass? Because when we go hunting, we will take the dog hidden in the grass. So we use the hound to express when we go hunting to hidden in this grass. So mang in above and under is grass. It means the dog will hide in the grass. Whatever for human beings, for dog, if they hide in the grass and waiting for the animals, and this appearance is called fu. Fu is for hunters take the hound and quietly waiting for the animals. So fu have the meaning of wait. And we can see in China, long time ago, have one ancestors we called Fu Xi. As we know, in China's mythology, all the people's name have the meaning. Fu Xi, it means it's a long, long time ago. And in that era, Chinese people don't know how to rear and don't have the agriculture. The Fu Xi is the leader of the group. He led our people to hunt. And the Fu Xi's wife is a 女娲. It is said that Chinese people is made by 女娲. 女娲uses the mud, uses the soil to make the Chinese. So people from the soil is the Chinese mythology, but you can see in Western stories it's the same. In the Western, in Bible, the first man, his name is Adam. Adam, this word, his origin from H-U-M, hum. Adam's name it means made of the mud. So other friends, whatever in China and in Western, we have the common source. It's very interesting. We all think human beings is made of the mud. So except Mang, Fu, Shou, there are some words. It means the hound. For example, this is shu, these two words. It means suddenly. It means fast and quick. Why? Because the original meaning is dog. Dog sees animals and suddenly climb and run for the animal. So 书 and 醋 in Chinese, it expresses the too fast. We have two words. 书 is time flies. That is 猝死. That is 猝死. 猝死 it means sudden death. So in today's Chinese, we still use it. The latter two words with the dog, this word is show, another word is 猎. It means hunting. So in these characters, this dog is the dog for hunting. It's the earliest people raise the dog in the house is the dog's job. It's a later Chinese people from the hunting era into the agriculture era. And this time, this dog is don't help the human beings for hunting. So what's the dog's duty? And the dog is to save your house. If your house have some safes and as a dog will help the people to catch the thieves. And all of these words to express the domestic dog and the home dog. A very important word is called qi. Qi in the middle have one dog. In the surroundings is other things in your house. And this house is the middle of the other house to guide of this. And if you have the better guy to come to your house, it will kick this out. And as another word in HSK 5 examination have this word, have one blank. A dog climbed, made me terrified.
那我要跟各位好朋友，我要跟同声传译的好朋友说一下啊，这个句子您把意思传递过去就好了啊。它是要我们填写一个副词，那么
We will give an adverb in it. So which adverb in it? If we compared every word, it's very hard because all the translation you need to spend more time and you will use some words that students cannot understand, so it's very difficult. If you Chinese characters, you don't explain it, so you can say a dog climbed from the cave. So what's the characters? It's the two in the above. It means the cave. The under is a 犬, it means go. So you can see, if you know the Chinese characters, if you know the Chinese characters, the HSK examination become very easy because some words in HSK examination is the characters part, so to express the meaning, and you can know it. So to is means the dog to guard your house. In the later, some dogs is to often to bite the human beings. We use this dog. We can use it to eat. We can eat the dog's meat. We call the meat dog. It's related. It's the same as the cow, chicken, pig. It become the dog we can eat. Yes, we have this words. We can say 自然, ran, this word 然. How to write this? In the right have one dog. In the left has one 月, it means body. It means meat. A dog plus the meat, so you can guess what's the meaning. Can you guess it? What is the meaning of it? In left is meat, in the right is dog. The meaning is the dog meat. If you plus a fire on it, use the fire to barbecue the dog. This barbecue is not for the cow, it's for the dog meat. This is not beef, it's dog meat. And this word is 燃. 燃 is a very useful word in some words. For example, 自然, nature, 然而, however. You can see the original meaning means the original meaning is barbecue. So the dog's meat is for human beings. Human beings eat the dog's meat. We call the meat dog. So we have as words for the 贡献 contribute. 献 that means contribute. This is a dog for sacrifice. This meat is very good and the appearance is very beautiful. And we use this dog to sacrifice for the ancestors. So 贡献 it means meat dog. Except these three types, dog, we also use it to express some actions like dog. For example, 脚. What is 狡猾? 狡猾 means cunning. If you raise the dog, it's very little dog. If you reach and he will run away. And if you touch it, he don't run very far. He will stare at you. It seduces you to touch it, and it's not easy to touch it. In Chinese, we call the 脚 is smart, and have some attractive. But in now is cunning. If you rear a dog, he will play together with you, use the tail to touch you, and let you to touch it. And if you don't touch her and use it often to bite you. And this word is 侠. Chinese people use the relations with the dog to see these actions about the dog. So we use the dog's action and state, and we use the radical of the dog to note and describe the actions of the human beings. There are so many words like this. And another word, because of dog, is the earliest animal in people's house. So Chinese people use dog to express all the animals. For example, we use the radical of dog to express other animals. For example, hou is monkey. On the left, we use the radical of dog. It's one type of animal is a hou is a monkey. When you see it, you should know. With this radical, is the name of one animal. Hou is monkey. Lang is one animal, is a wolf. 狐狸 is a fox. It's one kind of animal. So we use the radical of dog. This word is a 狮. 狮 is lion. 狮 is also one type of the animal. So you can see this character. In these characters, we have this radical. In these characters, it doesn't mean the dog. It means one animal. So you can see in Chinese character, this radical you should know it's mainly for the four types. If we look it together, the first three, it means dog, but the fourth is the appearance of dogs, the action of dogs, and the fifth, it means animal. So most interesting part, if you raise a dog, you should know all the dog, if along with you, it's very smooth and good. But if you take it to outside, if come to another dog, it become very angry and they shout to each other, and it's very interesting. If the owner to lose the rope, and these two dogs become quiet. In Chinese, we we called this action, this situation as 狗仗人势. If the dog with the human, they think it's very gorgeous and powerful. If the people don't take care of it, it become very quiet. So two dogs together is called yan. Yan, it means quarrel with each other. So yan, we can write like this. Two dogs together, they will quarrel it. And this word, it means the terrified and angry appearance. If the two dogs is talk to each other, and these two dogs talk to each other, the communication with two dogs, the attitude is so bad, and they quarrel like this. And this appearance and this action is looks like in the court two types of person. The one is defendant, and another is plaintiff. So we create the words is two dogs bite each other is yu. Yu, it means litigation. This is the defendants and the plaintiff to quarrel with each other. And we also have another one. If the many dogs run together, we call the 标. 标, it means so many dogs. So for Chinese people, firstly, to tame the dog becomes the first animal that the people tamed. So people tamed the horse, the cow, the sheep, and so many animals. So people tamed so many animals. In this time, you can see these words we just now I talked about. It's the people for hunting. It's wild animals, and it's beast. For wild animals, if we catch it and take it to the house, it may become the father and mother. Maybe we will give born to the sons and sons and daughters, and generally it changing to another word is true. True, it means a tamed animal. 玄, it means the his. So true, actually, the tamed animal and the real in the house. So it means real wild animals. True is a tamed animal. So these two words in Chinese characters, and the sound is the same. The pronunciation is the same. So we can know the earliest, actually it's one animal. Just show is we hunt it and take it to the house. And the true is the wild animals in the house gives birth to the second generation. It's a tamed animal. Chinese people found that if we rear these animals, we rear these wild animals, there are new animals appeared, have two or third generation. It's endless. And this the process of rearing the animals, we use another word to express this word. We pronounce the "xu" is above the "xu" plus grass radical. So if you keep raising the animals, they will give the new generation, generation by generations. So this words, it means it's endlessly gives a new profit and a new benefit. So this time you can see, sure, it started to become a new meaning. If you put the money in the bank, and this money will can give you a new money. For example, you put 100 yuan in the bank, and this money maybe will change 101 yuan because the extra 1 yuan is the profit that the 100 yuan to give us. So this was mainly in the bank. For example, save the money in Chinese is 储蓄. Save money if you put the money in the bank, they will give you new money and extra money will give you the profit. And this process is called this is xu. From wild animals to tamed animals and new animals. And this process is the shou, chu, xu. The three characters noted the entire process. And this is the Chinese people to raise the animal. We started to find this process and we noted it with Chinese characters. So the little animals can give you new generation. If the animal is a female, we use the word to is mu. Mu is to bring up. Is to raise. Mu, this it means raise. It has another meaning we call the mu. Mu, it means 放牧. 放牧, it means the grazing. So a man with a stick to grazing. In China, in English, there is also have this word. What's this word? So if you know it, you can text it in the room. If you know, in English, there is also this character. If you know it, you can graze them. In English, like the Chinese character mu, do you know what the word is? Anyone knows? It means shepherd. It means 牧羊人, shepherd, and it's combined with two parts. It's a sheep and herd. Herd is grass. So sheep plus herd is give the herbs to sheep to feed the sheep with grass. In English, In Chinese characters, it's the
一个
same.
牛，右边是拿着一个
Left
牛
is
头
cow.
还放
The
了
left
在
is
甲骨文当中
use a
我
stick,
们左边
and
的这
in
个字也
oracle,
可以写
in
成
left
啊，也可以写成羊啊，就是
the
打
cow, we
开
can
门
write it
啊，在那
in
放羊，
shape.
叫做牧，
So it's the same.
所以我们会看到
So you can
牧
see
是给羊给
moo
牛吃草，
is
母
feed the
母
grass
是小宝宝
to the
吃奶
sheep, and
不管是
cow
母
moo is
还是
to
牧，
feed
其实
the
都是
feed the
给
little kids.
小的小宝宝们
And these two
去
words
吃食
it
物，
means
让他们长
feed
大，
the little
让他们长
baby
大。
with the
所以
food
母
and to let them grow up.
在汉
So
语
these
当
two
中，
characters
实际上是一
in
个
Chinese
同
characters
词啊，
is
是
the
它的
same
源
have
头。
the same
这个
origin.
是我们中国人养
This is the
动物
Chinese
是从
people to
从
raise
从
the
狗
animals
从狗
from
说起的，
dog
从狗说起
to
的。
say.
那么其实还有一个特别有意思的词，
There is
就是
another
前
very
啊这几天
interesting
我当
words.
地发生了一件非
In
常有意
Chinese
思的事情，
mainland
一
have
个
a
很
very
帅的男明星啊，
interesting
他
thing
的
is
大
a
名
very
其实没有说出这
handsome
个词，但是由于时间的关系，我不能
famous
说啊。 如
male.
果亲爱的各位老师们感
Because
兴
of
趣，
time, if you have
可以
interest,
在网上搜
you can
搜
search on the
啊，然后搜这个词，
website.
我在网上讲过这个词哈，你可
You
以
can
查一查。
search 孟德宏 in the
那么我们
website.
养这样的动物
So
之外，
except we raise the
还有
animals,
很多的鸟。
Chinese people also
啊，
raise
这个
many
狗吠
birds.
犬吠
Except
鸡鸣啊，还有小
except
鸡，
dog,
大家看一
we
下
have the
鸡
we
这个
raise
字
the rooster.
它左边有一个 radical， 右
The
边还有
left
一个
have
radical。
one
这个
radical,
字
and
念是
in
鸣，
left is
鸣就
radical.
是叽叽
Ning,
叫。
it means
那么这
the
个
rooster
叫
is
就
working.
是鸟的
It's
一个叫
shouting.
字，左边是一个
In
狗
left
宝宝，
is a mouse,
右边是一个
and
鸟
left is a bird.
它的意思就是这个鸟
It means
在叫。
the birds is
好了，
shouting.
这个时候我们
So
会看到这
this
两
time
个字里
we
边
can see
都
these
有
words
重要的
have one
radical，
important,
那么
same important
这
radical.
鸟这个字，
It's a 鸟
这个
bird.
字有一横，这一
This
横
鸟have this one
表
line.
达的是个 long
It
tail，
means a long
这个字
tail.
的意思就是
This
the
this
birds
characters means
has
the
long
birds
tail，
with long
就
tail.
是有着长长的尾巴的鸟，我们都叫做用这个
Birds
这个鸟
with the
来
long
表达
tail, we will
这个
use the
字。
characters of
好，这边
niao.
哈，长着长尾巴
With the long
的
tail
鸟，我们就用这个字来表示了。第一个
words,
是
we
意
use
思，
niao. The first one is 鸡 ears, roast
那你看这
corpse.
个字为什么中国人用鸟这个字来表示
So
呢？
why we
大
use
家都
it
知道啊，那个
niao part
名
to
字
express?
啊，
Because it's a
很
rooster
长很长的
have
很
a
漂亮的
long
所以我们用这
tail.
个字来表示。
So we use to
这些
express
字
it.
都
And these
是带有鸟
characters
的
with
最常
niao
见的
is the common
比如说
words. For example, roast duck, goose,
pigeon 是吧
pigeon,
还有 eagles 啊
eagles,
还有 seagulls 啊
seagulls.
等等，你会看到它们都是 one kind of the birds。
Is one kind of the birds. So in Chinese, we use it.
来暗示
We use this radical to
这些字
express the meaning related with the birds. So when you see this radical,
你可以猜一猜
you can guess this word must have the relative
那么这个第一种的
and the relations with the bird.
还
The
有
first one is the common
非常了不
bird,
起
and another is very gorgeous, and the Chinese people favored
比如说
the
孟德红
birds.
红
For
啊
example, 红,
这个红其实就是天鹅的意思。
红, this means a swan.
那么这个字念鹏，
This is 鹏,
也是一种非常非常好的鸟。
it's
这
a
个字念
big
鹤，
bird. This is
鹤
a
也是一种
he.
很好很好的鸟。
For he is
这些
a
鸟都是
crane.
特别喜欢的好的鸟。除此之外，在中国
Except
的
is
成语故事当中，
in Chinese idiom, we have this
没
special
有这个成语，
bird.
这个字大家可能都不会
If
认识哈。这个
it doesn't have this word, this is 鹬蚌相争.
这样的一个小故事。
This has
小
one
朋友
stories.
你们肯定都听说过这个故事哈。由于时间的关系，我不解释了。
Because of the time, I don't explain it. In the later,
鹬蚌
uh,
相争
we can explain this story. It means Chinese smartness. The Chinese people realize a very important thing. I don't say about it. There are also have other words, two words, the words, the name. For example, Mandarin ducks. It means it expresses love. For parrots, it's the bird can speak. And some birds is rare. Maybe you don't know it. You don't, yeah, you left it. It's okay. When you see these words, if you don't know it, you must know it's the name of one type bird. Also, we have other situation have this. For example, have it expresses the relations with bird. It's a ming, it's a shout, the bird shout. The second is a dao, dao is island. Another one is wu, wu, it means the crow. So why wu don't have the eyes? Wuya is dark, eye is dark. So all the black color, you can see it. So wuya crow is the bird without the eyes. Except it's the long tail. Chinese people found has the bird with the short tail. The short tail, we use this radical to note it. And this word is short tail. I don't explain it. If two short tail birds together, it's very bosom. It expresses the close relations. We call the chou. Chou. We also pronounce it qiu. The meaning is the good lovers, the couple. So Chinese have a very famous poem is 君子好逑. The original is like wrote like this. It's the man and female is like the two birds. We have many birds gather together on in the tree. Actually, it's this word we call the 集. It means 集中 gathering. We use this word and use this picture to tell you the meaning of this word. Okay, because of the time, today's introduction is the end. Now I give the time to the mayor. Thank you so much. See you next time. To welcome. Thank you so much, Professor Meng Dehong.
Aprendemos muchísimo y desde acá, desde el chat, Berenice, Milan, Anaji dice sí, la oye.
Thank you so much.
Muchas gracias también a todos los que están en el chat hablándonos. A continuación, procedo a presentar a nuestro siguiente profesor.
Welcome, Professor Meng Xionghui-Jun, the professor, doctoral supervisor, doctor of Germany, South China Agricultural University. In 1999, he received a doctorate in veterinary imaging surgery at the University of the Gingxian, Germany, and returned to China at the end of the same year. He has long been engaged in clinical diagnosis and treatment of dog and cat and small animals diseases, such as emergency, intensive care, imaging diagnosis, anesthesia and surgery, orthopedic surgery, and laboratory diagnosis, and have rich clinical experience. He used to be the international director of the IVRA of the International Society of the Veterinary Radiology, the honorary director of the veterinary imaging technology branch of the Chinese Society of Animal Husbandry and Veterinary Medicine, and the vice chairman of the veterinary surgery branch of the Chinese Society of Animal Husbandry and Veterinary Medicine. He was re-elected as the chairman and is chairman of the GDSA of the Small Animals Medicine Professor Committee of Guangdong and Animal Husbandry Veterinary. Good evening, all the audience. Thank you, the Professor Meng, to introduce the characters in China. And now, when we mention the characters in China, with the dog, the rooster in Chinese characters, this radical. It's to show the Chinese culture has a long history and a wide range. And next, we will talk about more interesting topic is the pet medical industry in China. And before we start, we can see today we will talk about the topic about the pet and the pet medical industry in China. And actually, last year, at the end of the December, do you know, in China, Changsha, Hunan province, there is one girl, and to celebrate the dog in Xiang River, use the 100,000 yuan to rent the drum to perform. And there is one box in box and to give the dog's image to celebrate the dog's birthday. And this dog he raised for 10 years. And this girl, how we use this method to thank the dog for raised 10 years and for his 10 years company. From this, we can see the pet in Chinese family is very important and high level in people's heart. And the first one, what is the pet? And there is one picture, and you can see and mom take the dog and catch his house. He don't hold the baby and hold the pet, and so this pet is the favorite animal. It's not the animal to provide the resource of the meat and milk. So pet is mainly for the small animals. So the little animals we familiar. For example, it's dog, cat. Example is there have the reptile, for example, snake, lizard, and have the rodent. For the mouse, if is a bird, the parrots, and for the aquatic animals. As you know, long time ago, people have the good relations with the dog. The dog not only be the partner of the human, but also can do some very dangerous work. For example, have some dogs of the search and rescue dog, and the Colombia's drug lord to buy the head of the dog. In 2008, in Peking, the Paralympics, the Olympic Games, and a search and rescue dog, and to lead the man go into the stadium, and now you can see the dog has been into the eyesight of the people, and this is the situation of that time. In the Paralympic Games, when it happens in the flood, in the earthquake, and the dog will help the people to rescue some survivor. And there is a dog, and there is a hope. It's a search and rescue dog. This is in the earthquake. Several days ago in China, Sichuan province happened an earthquake, and they will use this pet, the search and rescue dog, to search the survivor. And even in some Western country, use the helicopter, take the dog to rescue. And in Italy, there's also in the seaside have this search and rescue dog. If the people have the dangerous situation,
没动啊。
哎，我一直在动啊，
嗯
能看见吗？
啊，现在可以，是的，是的。
啊，我一直在动的，现在可以吗？
好了好了，哎，可以了可以了，谢谢。
啊，谢谢。那么这是
so
犬。
this is the search and rescue dog have the relations with the human beings. But from the Professor Meng introduction, in the earliest, people eat the dog's meat, and now they don't eat the meat, dog's meat.
那么我们刚才谈到了，明白的什么是宠物。
And you can see it. It's mainly for the dogs and cats. For the statistics, in 2020, 2021, for Chinese people, the situation of the Chinese people to raise the animals. The highest is a cat, and followed by is dog, aquatic, and birds. It's the statistics. In 2019, the gray is 2020. The red is last year's. And today we're up to the 51.7% to raise the dog. And you can see the cats from the 2018, 2019, it's increased gradually. This year up to the 59.9%. It's the mainly cats. Others proportion is medium. Okay, it's a very familiar pets. Except the dog, we raise the cats. We also raise the turtle, the Brazil turtle. They also raise the parrots. For parrots, have one disease we call the parrot disease is infected, it will maybe it's infect the human beings. There are also some people to raise some snakes. You can see this picture raises the big snakes. They don't be afraid of it. It's unpoisonous. Some people raise the lizard. They can swim in the water and it flows in the water. In Guangzhou, some people raise the lizard. We raise this cat. They will send it to the pet's hospital. For the pets, they will cut the nails and protect it. Okay. We can see in China, we raise the cats and dogs, the quantity, the dark proportion is the quantity of the dog. Another brown part is to the quantity of the raised cats and the ear.
徐教授，这边您的那个 PPT 是不动的，您看一下能不能自己手动的动一下，因为这边同声传译他们可能会有点困惑，如果您 PPT 不动的话。
哎，现在可以吗？
现在还是目前您要不目前是第12幅，您要不然手动一下，就是。
Other friends, please wait a moment. It's have the problem about the sharing screen, so please wait a moment.
哎，我的钱不是打开了？你要是那个共享呢？
那您试一下，再往后点一下那个 PPT， 我这边看一下它会不会就是动，这边
能动吗？
目前没有。
还是停留在第一个吗？
停留在第12页，就是狗狗搜救犬那一页，直升机。现在动了，现在就动了。您可能得这样手动点，对。
直升机这里是吧？
对，直升机这里对。
那么我再往下走，可以看见吗？
现在可以，您再试一下。
可以吗？现在可以吗？
现在可以看见，但您试一下能不能往下继续点？我
往下走到那个这个羊犬的数量，这幅图这里能看见吗？
这个是养宠类型这一张图。
对，那就我刚谈到这里。
可以
看见吗？
可以看见。
这是养宠的类型，这包括狗、猫、水族、爬行类，还有啮齿类、鸟类等等那么这2年其实这3年看
2 years actually the main pests is dogs and cats, especially for the cats it's up to the 59.5% in China. No, this is just I said it about it. It's for the dogs. Except for the dogs, we will raise the cats. It's raise the parrots, the turtle. Here you will realize that the parrots have one disease. It's called the parrot disease. It will infect the human beings. Also raise a snake.
上方这个是异米蛇，下方这个是猛蛇，猛蛇，那么还有这个养这个蜥 这是
So to raise the lizard.
向飞它可以在水面上跨过这个河面、湖等等那么他们也会送来这个动物医院做这个。
They will send it to the health clinic to protect and to have some health care.
在国内里面，刚才我们
In domestic, we mentioned it.
猫的数量
We raised the quantity about the dogs and cats. It's increasing.
多少万只，这是羊犬的这上面这条曲线曲线，那么达到了5800。
So up to
养猫的数量
and the quantity of the cats
5429万那么这个
up to the 500 million.
那么加起来
So 50 million. And the quantity is so high.
2018年、2019、2022年、2011年的这个犬的
In these 3 years, the quantities you can see basically replaced the 100 million quantity. This is the domestic quantities in China. So you can see the some statistics. You can see in China, all the pets in China compare with the America, in Europe, our quantity is not so high. It's not because the Chinese population is high and the pets is high. It's not. So you can see the quantity of the dogs. The dogs in America is 90 million, and in China just 60 million. And the cats in America, the quantity of cats in China is low. And in China's and the China's quantities is not so high. It's not higher than the Europe and the America. So from the statistics, you can see the statistics. This is the dog's quantity and the cat's quantities. And this 3 years, you can see the statistics. The quantities of the pets. For example, last year, have 30 million, and the cat's quantity is stable. Have 50 or 60 million. In the past of the peoples. So what types of the person to raise the animals? They have the statistics in 3 years, 2018, 2019, 2020, and this color, it means second is the age is before 1970s and followed by the 1980s, and the most part is the 1990s. Whatever in this, which is 3 years, the animals, if you read, the people is mainly for the 1990s. So last year, you can see the, so it's mostly of the youth to raise the animals. So you raise the pets. In 2019, we have the wars. So in China, in Europe, in America, 67% raise pets. In Europe, 78% people raise the pets. China, 19%. Of course, for 100 million, adjust for the proportion. So in China, it's 1.4 billion population. We have the big increase. Okay, in America, this is the quantity of the family to raise the cats. And this is the to raise the dogs. Actually, the quantity of the pets, the right is the family with the cats. Average is in every family, average quantity is 0.994. For Americans, for the family average, you will raise 1.4 dogs and 2.2 cats. For the expense for the pets, it's a huge. In 2019, 2020 and 2021, the statistics, the left, the red part is the quantity, is the qualities of the dog. And this, for this orange is the expense of the cats. It's increased year by year. And it is increased to 16.5%. Maybe it's influenced by the pandemic. In 2020, the increased numbers is lower than other year. So in China, except raising the dogs and cats, there are another statistics you can say is 2019, 2020, 2021. It means the expense of the dogs, and the middle is the cats, and the blue part is the sum. So the newest statistics in 2021 for the expense in town of dogs is increasing up to 21.2%, and the cats increased 19.9%, and the sum is the 20.6%. For all the expense, so where do the expense it? So first one is the staple food grain, and now it's snacks and the nutrition.
不好意思打扰一下，您这边 PPT 又开始不动了，因为您现在已经讲到了消费的那个品种在哪里，然后但这边还是显示在城镇养宠类型。
我一直在动这个 PPT， 怎么它没有反应出来？
对，它这边是目前是看不到的，您要不要把它再重新共享一遍
？Please wait a moment.
再拿幅图，要不然我换成那个 PDF 文档，好不好？
可以的。
这个，觉得我看看，我马上尝试 PDF 文档啊。
So please wait a moment. Let's have some problems with the share screen. 能看见吗？
现在还是您刚才那个 PPT。
我现在转成 PDF 文档。
那您先停止共享，然后再共享一遍。
停止共享。
对，然后再选择重新共享屏幕，然后选您那个 PDF 文档。
Please wait a moment.
看到没问题，然后您滑动一下，我们看一下下面几页是不是 OK？
可以。
这个就不错。可以的，可以的。
那我改用这个了。
好嘞，好嘞，好，辛苦您。好。
刚才是你们到哪里看到哪里？
您讲到那个宠物细分品类消费渗透率那章。
现在我一边往下转，可以看见吗？
可以看见，可以看见。
好，那我改用这个 PDF 文档了。
好嘞，好嘞，好的。
好，那么刚才我们谈到这个是养。
Just now we talk about the species of the pets. About the pet industry, of the owners of the pets, the change, and it's for the youth. Youth is the main part. In 2021, it's up to the 6.3%. It's in 2019 in American and Europe and China comparison. Actually, for Chinese people, many families don't raise the pets. We have enough room to increase. So it's the average average quantity for United States, and this is the expense for the cats and dogs. It's in 3 years the situation of the expense, and this is for the town pets the expense in the market. So in 2021, the increase is rapidly, especially because of the pandemic. We have the good increase. It's surprising. So about this staple food, snacks, poultry, and the diagnosis treatment and the insurance, mainly is about the staple food grain. Now, if you raise the dogs, the cats, you need to buy the staple food grain. So it's the main expense. So it's the 2 years, it's 2020 and 2021. In 2021, the staple food grain, but for the nutrition, the increase is rapidly. From 2020 to 2021, you can see the increase. Actually, for the take a bus from the 41 to the 54%, it's a big increase. Actually, in this is the pet food industry, and compared with the United States and Europe. Actually, we cannot up to the half for United States and Europe. We have enough room to increase. This is 2019. As China, the United States, and Europe, the increased percentage in the pet food. So China's the percentage of the increase is rapidly. So the brands, the international pet food brands, they pay more attention in China's market. This is pet in China's about the quantities situation. So what's the benefit to raise and the first one, you can get the resource of happiness and get the happiness. It's a benefit for your mental health and release the pressure. It's a benefit to release the pressure and increase the efficiency of working. The second is it's for especially for your kids. It can cultivate your kids' responsibility, the love, the social ability, and raise the pets can take the responsibility for the children and understanding and the sympathy for the animals and change into to the human beings. And you can see this picture. This is a little puppy. It's so adorable. And it's in South China Agriculture University. This house owners take these two dogs in his if the pets get ill, they will send it to the clinic. Often they send it to the clinic and to take it to outside. They will use this tool to take a walk. Very common in China. And here, if you raise a pet in your house, it brings happiness to your children. And in the left, the boy is playing the piano, and the cat is accompanying with him. And in the house, during the holiday, they decorate the house. The butterfly. This is have a peaceful and harmonious relations with your kids and accompany your kids to grow up. And it's very interesting. It's wear the clothes to the pets and the same clothes with the kids. It's equal. And the girl is sleeping with her dog. Play chess with the dog. It brings much happiness. It's the benefits of keeping pets. The third is some lonely older persons and some kids with autism can accompany with the pets, can release the autism and to get rid of the the fourth, the benefits keep pet dogs can protect the family and give the whole family a sense of security. If the elderly have an accident at home, the trained pet dog can act as an alarm in time. Also, it can get rid of the emotional difficulties and make their life more fulfilling by interacting with pets. This is another benefit. Of course, you connect with the autism and elderly. This dog is very expensive. This is doctor dog. This dog is must have the professional training, and all the dogs are very gentle and good temper. If you touch them, they are very gentle. They don't bite them, and it doesn't aggressive. So after 3 or 5 years training, it can be the doctor dog. It's in Guangdong province. We have some doctor dog. For example, in and some autism children, we use the dog to keep our company with them. Also, we may go to some nursery home to see the elderly. The nose is very sensitive, and you can smell your skin, some skin cancer. In 2019, in America, there is one broadcaster has an 8-year dog gets the doctor diploma of veterinary. We have a big contribution for human beings. So he has the doctor diploma to praise him contribution. In domestic, in 2012, this guide dog for the blind in South Airlines. The first time to allow the guide dog for the blind can with the owners to take off the airplane. Now it's very common. The guide dog for the blind can take the bus, can take the subway, can take the airplane, and gradually to accept this situation. And another benefit, the fifth benefit, if you raise the pets, it can promote and can promote you to do the exercise and provide the opportunity that people to communicate. This is the fifth benefit. The sixth is surrounded by the pets become one industry. For example, have the pet grooming, pet supplies, pet medicine, pet hospitals, pet feed, etc., becoming more and more important in the economy and society, which can solve the employment of many people and the development of related industry. The more and more people keep the pets, it can bring so many benefits to them. Of course, if you keep the pets, you must take care of the health of the pets and to take it to do exercise. This is too wrong. You buy the treadmill for the pets. This is a dog and a cat in the treadmill to do exercise. This is a give the guide, give the pets to take health and wear the clothes to decorate them. Some is wear the glasses and do the simple clothes. and with the tie and the butterfly tie and ties, and give the happiness to the human. And wear the glasses. So, except this, we also have some simple decorations, accessories, butterfly ties, and other ties to change the appearance. In China, the owners is proud of the dog's appearance. So the pets have play a very important role in people's thoughts. So we also have some exhibitions and some shows for the pets. And you can see this picture, and it's similar. And this dog. In some exhibition, you can see they make the clothes in it. It's like the prince dog, and it's like a princess dog. Now, in China, we have so many past exhibitions. This year, we can see the new exhibitions in North region, in Northeastern region, and in Eastern region, and in Middle region, and in South region. You have this. There are so many the past exhibitions, and this is the exhibitions in Guangzhou. This year in March, with the China Pet Affair. Recently, because of the pandemic, it's suspended. It's Pet Fair Asia 2022. Have the pet fair. So we have association of the veterinary and the animals in Guangdong province. So we have some stock shows in the university. It's the 2002 and 2017. It's the show of the dogs. So we have the prize, have the winner and the best in show. We invite Hong Kong, British, the United States judges in it. And this is one dog to make up. And they have the special decorations. In 2011, we do many types of this dog show. This is the situation of the dog show. In South China Agricultural University, we hold the best pest carnival in South China Agricultural University in 2011. Every year we hold it, so we hold it annually to appeal the attention from the students and the public. This is the situation of the pest carnival. Into this pest and adopted with the person, and also have some pet competitions and shows in the university. And the dogs join the competition and the owners to decorate it. And you can see this little dog, this puppy, and sit in the prize. It's a unique types of dog. It means Tibetan Mastiff. It's the king of the Tibetan Mastiff. And this is not allowed to raise in your house. This is 2012. This is a rector of the South China Agriculture University and come to the show to support this show. Do the pest carnival. Now we also have the Golden Scissors Cup, the pet grooming contest to the cut for the cats. This is seventh. This year's the competition. This is the past year's contest. All the competitors and dogs would be trained and follow the rules to cut the dogs furry and to have the style of the pets. This is the situation in the competition. You just have 2 or 3 hours to decorate the dogs. This is judges, leaders, and to promote the skills of the competitors. Also, you have the makeup about the cats. You can wear the clothes for the cats. Also, this year, because it's the tiger year of Chinese lunar year, we can wear the clothes. Cat's field and also has the champion of the best in show. Also have the hair dyeing style. This is the Guangzhou Pets makeup chain store to dye the dogs and the cats. According to your requirements, they will dye it. And all the things is unpoisonous and without any smell. It's flourishing in China. As they dye it, it looks like a panda, like the tiger, and also it's colorful. To dye it as dragon. This panda is a dog's body. It takes several days to dye it. Because some of the disabled dogs and some people adopt it. And with these tools to help them can work. We do this parts to help him. Without the 2 legs, and they can build the tools to help them to work. If keep the pets also have so many benefits, also have some troubles. The first one is easily to spread the disease. For example, the HIV, and you can inject the vaccine. The pet dogs and cats are most likely infected and carrying the rabies virus and may cause the miscarriage and fetal malformation in pregnant women. So pets should be checked and immunized. And keep pets need a large expense and increase the expense of the family. If the keep the pets also limit the freedom of the people. If you go for traveling, you should take the pets to other people to read. So how to avoid this? And all the pets must be trained. The purpose is to provide the harmony, the fun, safety, and the adequate. It's for his behavior have so many benefits. In Guangzhou, we have some places to train the dog. Generally 2 or 3 months training. After training, the dogs will bring more fun to you. Dogs are very smart. They can imitate the people's behaviors. They can study skateboard and flyboard. This is the first one. The second is a veterinary hospital. In 2020, 2021, 2022, the quantity of the veterinary hospital in 2021 have 23,000. It's 23,600 veterinary hospital. 20.1 is Chin's the pet clinical. In the pet care group has the advanced tools. It's more than 2,000 pet healthcare. This is in 2021 and 2022, the situation. It's in China's provinces, the statistics in east region, Shandong province, Jiangsu province, and Guangdong province has the most the pet clinic. In Guangdong, more than 2,329 pet hospitals, especially in Guangzhou and Shenzhen, more than 570, and it takes 37.5%. In the veterinary hospital, have the emergency. It can up to 3A level. Can provide imaging diagnostic. Also can do some anesthesia and monitoring. Also endoscopy, dynasty, ophthalmology, teeth whitening. This is in 2019 in a veterinary hospital in Shenzhen. A third-class hospital with the CT, MI, MRI, it's the same level as the people's hospital. It's in South China Agriculture University in 2020. We also with the MRI. Except this, we have the color Doppler ultrasound. Also, we have the canine hip dysplasia to rebuild the picture. It's a tumor. From CT to rebuild the photo to see the cancer, the tumor. From the fracture and luxation, we can clearly to see it. It's a fracture. Also, we can use the 3D printings. In 2016, from the 3D printing, use a new tool to replace the mouth of the bird. They can catch the fish, so it's recovered. So, a total hip replacement. In past, we do it. It's a surgery. It's before and after the surgery. It's artificial, the fracture. Teeth whitening. Artificial. It's dangerous. It's to devise in the default mode. So where the teeth mode is to, this is for the traditional Chinese medicine. Use it in the dogs. This is acupuncture to the dogs and cats. From the acupuncture to recover. This is for the spider. Do the acupuncture. We divided the past is the biggest new Ripon pet healthcare. There are surgery, orthopedics, ophthalmology, dentistry, dermatology, oncology, neurology, ancestology, medical imaging, cardiology, internal medicine, failure, extochy, and other. Also, we have the seminar about the bones in South China Agriculture University. We hold this. This is the last year. It's the surgeon conference, veterinary. The last year, the Asian Small Animal Specialist Veterinary Congress. This year is the cats Congress. The Companion Animal Welfare Conference. From last year, in China, a cat-friendly practice.
猫友好、兽医师、猫友好动物医院这么的一个评定的一个活动。
It's the activity to judge the level of the veterinary hospital. It's gradually to permanent. Last year, in Shanghai, have the amazing veterinary award ceremony. In South China Agriculture University, we get Cradle Awards. It's a China Agriculture University and South the Middle Agriculture China Agriculture University. And now we can see a news about it's a couple get divorced. They don't have the keys about the house, about the cars. It's no any problems, but they keep one dog for 4 years. So what are the dogs? Who does take the dogs? Welcome to South China Agriculture University.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Muchísimas gracias, profesor, por la presentación.
Thank you so much.
Paciencia con todos los inconvenientes técnicos que tuvimos, pero feichan canché. La verdad que ha sido muy interesante ver cómo los animales también en el día de hoy influyen en nuestras vidas y son parte también de un miembro más de la familia. Así que les damos las muchísimas gracias al profesor.
Thank you so much. Thank you for all the interpreters. Thank you all the friends.
Nos quedan 2 sesiones más, así que mañana a la misma hora.
Let's see you tomorrow.
Esta semana nos volvemos a encontrar desde la Fundación CLEC, Oficina Regional para América Latina y el Caribe. Les doy las muy buenas noches. Guang'an para América Latina.
Good night
y buenos días para
from the Latin American Center of CLEC. Thank you so much. See you tomorrow.